Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Rowe, and in today's video I am going to give you a master blueprint for ultimate happiness and contentment. This is a very important video because it applies to pretty much anyone, because most people want to live in some way or another a better or happier life. Now, through some experimentation and adopting some positive habits in the past 6 months or so, I came to a point where I was very, very happy and content because of the adoption of some of these habits, because of putting these habits into my daily life. And now I'm going to give you some of these habits and explain why they are so fundamental to having a good life. The first habit is start your day out by drinking a full glass of water. This is incredibly important because normally when you sleep, you become dehydrated. And if you haven't noticed by now, water is pretty damn important for being a happy human being. And another part of this first step is after you've had that first tall glass of water in the morning, you need to drink consistently throughout the day, drink water consistently to maintain a good level of hydration. Now, a lot of people will overlook something simple like this and think that, drinking water, it's not really going to affect my mood that much. It's not going to affect my happiness that much. No, it actually will. You'll be really surprised, especially by drinking it first thing in the morning. You'll notice that you're not going to be as groggy. Your energy level is going to be a lot better. You're going to have less stomach problems. You're going to have better digestion. A lot of things are going to be affected by this first simple and easy to implement habit. But it is important to maintain consistent hydration throughout the day. It's not just the first glass of water, although that one is arguably the most important to get you started off right. The second habit that is very important to implement is to exercise at the beginning of your day as well. I would recommend, and what I did was to exercise immediately after drinking that tall glass of water. So I would wake up, drink the glass of water, get that going, and then I would do a moderate to heavy in intensity exercise. What I did was pull-ups. Doing pull-ups was an exercise that I liked, and it was intense enough to kind of shock your system. This is why it's so important to do it at the very start of your morning. This will help your sleep routine a lot because you actually, I'm not sure if it's exactly cortisol, but I read and heard that starting the exercise in the morning will jolt your body, essentially, give you that start that you need to your day, kind of shock your body so that your whole system knows, your whole body, brain, everything knows it's time to get going. And when you do this every single day at the same time, at the start of your day, when you wake up, and it's best to wake up at the same time, but when you do this at the same time, it gets your body in that routine, and you're going to get rid of that morning grogginess, that struggle to get out of bed. That is going to slowly dissipate. Not to mention, we all know the benefits of exercise, or at least that there are benefits to exercise. This is going to help out in many other ways. Now, I say, at least a good 5-10 minutes of exercise. This is really all you need to start transforming your happiness. You don't have to go to the gym for an hour or 2 hours a day to start feeling better and feeling happier. Eating right and exercising this short period of time every morning was enough for me to see visible losses of body fat, of real body fat, not just water weight, within a month. And that's pretty quick if you know much about nutrition. To do it in a healthy way, to actually lose body fat that quickly, is pretty good. Now on to the next habit. On this list, I put as the third thing to do is shower and personal care / grooming. So I would, after drinking the tall glass of water, and after that short exercise, I would immediately go shower, brush my teeth, do those normal things. If I needed to shave, I would shave. Do all those things that, you normally need to do to feel clean and ready for the day. It's important to kind of get that out of the way. When Elon Musk was asked what the most important habit was for success, he literally said it was showering. So don't underestimate the importance of personal care and grooming in your routine. It is very important for many reasons. Of course, people are going to perceive of you in a little bit of a better, more professional way if you're clean. But it does a lot of things for your psychology as well, and feeling better about yourself, feeling clean and ready for the day, I'm sure you can agree, is never really a bad thing. Now, as number 4, I have meditation. Now, if you're not sure on how to meditate, I do have a video on beginner level meditation. You can go check that out, and it will definitely help you as an introduction. You can find a lot of information online these days about meditation. I prefer mindfulness meditation. That is a very common form that is pretty easy to follow. But anyway, the purpose of meditating is to bring your mind into the present moment more and to focus on the present moment. The importance of this is that when you live a more present life, you begin to judge things less. And judgment is one of the greatest things that robs you of your happiness. And you begin to look at life as more of this, there's more oneness in your view of life. And if you're new to meditating and stuff, that might sound like a little bit of new age kind of lingo, but it really is true. You begin to see things as more positive. All of your day you begin to see as more positive, and you begin to feel so much better. Now, I have here meditating for at least 5 to 10 minutes of serious meditation, just sitting in a chair and clearing your mind essentially of thoughts. But anyway, you can look more into meditating and how to do that, but it is a key step. Of course, if you want to meditate longer than 5 to 10 minutes, I definitely back you up on that. Meditate as long as you have time to and as you want to. It is really one of the most important things you can do for bettering your life. Now, as number 5, this relates to probably the biggest portion of your day, or, for many people, is you want to have some type of work or goal-directed activity, at least most days of the week. Of course, you will take days off. You will have time where you relax. I'm not saying to work every single day, all day, but it is important in, I would say, at least a good 4 or 5 days of the week, have some real goal-directed activity that, like I said, that often comes in the form of work, because, we need to make money to maintain our standard of living and keep things going. So that's the way most of us have goal-directed activity. But this is really important because a key part of being a happy human being is feeling as if you have some type of purpose, and then also acting on that feeling and creating something through that feeling of purpose. Now, of course, if we're talking about doing this as a job or work, it might not always be the most glamorous thing. And especially starting out at a young age, especially where I'm at right now, maybe the job that you do or the work that you do isn't the most fulfilling. But I've noticed, even if it's working at McDonald's, I have a video on how that actually helped me grow as a person, working at McDonald's for a couple months to get started on, solid work experience. Even working somewhere as simple as that might not be too fulfilling, will make you feel happier, versus spending a lot of your time kind of acting really lazy or sitting around the house or not really feeling like you're pressured to do something. So anyway, I could speak for a lot longer on that topic, but let's get on to the next. Eating a healthy diet. Now, the phrase healthy diet means different things to different people. Through my personal experience, I can attest that a plant-based diet with minimal dairy and meat consumption is very effective at giving you, at heightening your mood, giving you more energy throughout the day, and also helping you to lose body fat, get better sleep. It really helps all around. Now, if you hear the phrase plant-based and you immediately think that, oh, I don't like that diet, I want to do a different diet, feel free to do your own research and find a diet that works for you. But eating a healthy diet is very, very important to having the energy levels you need to be able to sustain this many healthy habits in your life. Also, one quick thing on eating healthy. It is very important to try to eat whole foods, foods with as little ingredients on the ingredient list as possible. For example, on the ingredient list, you might want to see brown rice, and that's it. Nothing else. That's a healthy food to eat. That's something good to add into your diet. Generally speaking, the less ingredients there are, the better. Of course, this isn't always the case, but that is another rule you can kind of look at along with the plant-based thing to get you going on, in the right direction. And the next thing that I have here is including some time for comfort and entertainment. It's important when you're putting all this time into positive, healthy habits and trying to improve your life that you take time off from doing that. You take time off from trying to better your life so much and do some things you enjoy. This could be watching a TV show. This could be, just hanging out with friends, whatever. And that actually gets me into the next topic, the next habit that will help you, which is socializing. We are social creatures as human beings, and anyone who has spent time without people around knows that it can be kind of a rough experience. Now, having alone time is a good thing, and I'm not advocating to always being around people, but I've noticed that socializing is a really easy way to keep some balance in this type of routine and habit structure that I'm talking about. It's an easy way to keep yourself from going too far on one end and trying to make your life better through all these habits. Kicking back and having a good time with some friends can really relieve stress and make you feel a little bit more fulfilled and content. The next thing is dedicate some time to learning. Now, a lot of us learn in different ways, and I'm not necessarily saying that you need to read every single day. A lot of people say that reading every single day is important for personal growth. I'm not arguing against that, but I would say that from my experience, I learn much easier, and it's much less stressful to watch educational or informational type videos versus, sitting and staring at the pages of a book for hours and hours. Alternative methods to reading and watching videos is audiobooks, and you can also direct your own kind of self-education if you want to research things. Really, the important part of this is just have a little bit of time in your day that is directed towards learning something new. The next thing, and arguably one of the most important things on this list of habits and things that will make your life better is having a consistent sleep schedule. I found that sleeping roughly 7 to 8 hours a night gave me the best energy levels, and it really made me happier sticking to that sleep routine. So just remember that being regimented in your sleep schedule is going to give you the most benefit. If you're switching from, sleeping until noon one day and sleeping until 9 a.m. the next day, and then staying up until 3 a.m. and then waking up at 2 p.m. the next day, you're really going to jumble up your body's internal clock and get yourself off of your circadian rhythm. So that is one reason why, or a couple reasons why, it is really important to maintain this sleep schedule. If you want to know more about why it's important, feel free to do your own research, but really don't neglect this one. It's very key to feeling happy and healthy. And another thing which is kind of encompassing all of these habits is try to create a routine that includes all of these. So, like I said in some of the earlier habits, I started with, drinking water immediately in the morning, and then exercising, and then showering, and then meditating. That was like one way that I did it. You don't have to do it in this order, but it really will help if you have a daily routine to include all of these things. It will help you to stay on task and make sure that you get all of these things done in a way that doesn't feel so painful eventually. It's going to be really hard and take a lot of discipline to get all of these things right for some people, probably for most people. But the good thing is, the more of a routine that you have in your day, the less psychologically stressful it will be eventually. If you do something for a routine for roughly 45 days to 60 days, they've shown in studies that it really starts to become something that's almost a subconscious habit that really doesn't take nearly as much effort. And that's why it's important to try to structure these habits into your day, into your normal routine, so that eventually you don't have to worry about doing them so much. You'll just kind of do it normally. It'll be what feels right to you. And lastly, as far as the habits go, is self-care and grooming before bed. Similar to how one of the first steps was showering and grooming then, again, it's brushing your teeth, flossing, all of those things, probably drinking another glass of water. That's what I do before bed. These things really do help as well. Helps to end your day on a good note. And then after getting that done, it's in my structure, my framework that I've used, it's time to go to bed, relax, and really recap on the day that you've had. Now, a quick thing that I want to say at the end is I didn't include every single healthy habit that you could possibly have, but I really do believe that following this blueprint will almost guarantee you to a better level of happiness and contentment in your life. If you really follow these things to a T and follow the structure of this, I have a very strong feeling that you're going to notice the results if you really stick with it. Now, like I said earlier, it does take a lot of discipline to keep up so many of these things if they're all new to you. So, give yourself some room, realize that, you don't have to be perfect with it. Each thing that you implement, you will notice the impact eventually, and it really will make a difference. But doing all of these things together, I can attest, it really can change the way your life feels, and it can get you to some really amazing places where you probably didn't even realize you could be so happy. And that's what happened for me. So I did this video because I enjoy making videos like this. I enjoy making videos about personal development, and I enjoy developing myself in my own life. If you guys are interested in this kind of content, I upload videos about this pretty regularly. I always have a video coming out every single week. Usually it relates in some way or another to personal development. I do also do videos on mental illness, as I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I'm also looking into new fronts such as psychedelic usage for personal development and for spiritual growth. If any of that sounds interesting, or if bettering your finances and growing your credit score sounds interesting, I make videos on all of these things. These are things that really interest me, and I feel like I have something valuable to add, by giving my voice to these topics. So feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more content like what I just described and like what you saw in this video. Other than that, everyone, thank you for watching till the end, and I hope to see you again in another video. Have a good day.